Testing 1, 2. Sorry about that issue, guys. We had a little bit earlier. My normal headset, which is a Bluetooth, my dongle got cracked this morning and broke, so I had to get this headset up and running. And I apologize for the delay. And I'm going to turn everybody's mic on, so if they want to talk, they can. If you're not talking, just turn your mic off on your end, please.
Yep. It's over by let's see.
I appreciate everybody who hung in there for me. And we'll go ahead and get started. Feel free to text me questions as we go through it, and I'll try to answer them. If I can't answer a question, please feel free to email me, and I'll get the answer for you. My email is jr@3cx.com. Here's my email for everybody. Let's see. Okay, let's get going. Like I said before, I'm Jeremy Ritchie. I'm the Northeast Channel Manager, and we're going to talk about the version 14 today. Version 14 is cloud ready. We wanted a much bigger piece of the hosted PBX market, which is why we developed version 14. Partners can put the PBX on-premise or as a hosted 3CX instance. Requires few resources, ability to run multiple 3CX instances. So what's that mean? When you install version 14, we have the option of doing as a standalone version or a multi-tenant version, and the multi-tenant will give you 25 PBXs on one install. Each instance is a true virtualized PBX, meaning each PBX has its own extensions, own zip trunks, own license key. So it's completely independent of the other PBXs within that machine. And it's completely different from the old style multi-account systems that we've had in the past. Think dedicated server, and it's not a web host with thousands of web servers on one server. The 3CX provides hosted PBX instances, and we also, as in the past, we only sell to channel partners only. We don't sell direct, so all our licenses go through partners, and you have the ability to build up customers and host your own server, basically. And obviously in the past, just like in the past, we don't do dial tone. We work with several SIP providers. We just sell the PBX to our partners. And you can basically develop your own hosted platform using your own dial tone, create your own bills, and actually become a hosted provider and start billing customers and get that extra revenue for yourself. We've also introduced SPLA licensing to also help with the market and the hosted environment. And basically what SPLA licensing is instead of buying the license outright like you have in the past, you can choose to rent it by the month or by the year. It's available for the 4, 8, or 16 standard or pro licenses. And it has the same feature as the regular old license, which is still available. And it also includes maintenance. So there's no extra maintenance on it. As long as you have a current, as long as you're paying your monthly or yearly bill, it'll include maintenance. So you always will get the upgraded and latest to date software on the leasing. It also includes 3CX web meeting. And these SPL licenses can be used on-premise or in the cloud PBX. You don't have to just buy them for the hosted environment. You can buy them for on-premise based customers that want a lower cost into the phone system. You can get pricing for the monthly and the yearly prices through your distributor. feel free to give them a call and they can get you those prices. I had a question, can you convert from single to multi-tenant after installation? No, you can't. Once you install it, that's the first question that asks if it's single or multi. So to do that, you would have to deinstall the current version and reinstall it as a multi-tenant. And obviously, if you did a backup of the single, installed it as a multi-tenant, created one of the instances, and then restore one of the instances from the single, you could do it that way. So it's doable, not a quick, easy fix. You'd have to deinstall and reinstall. Exactly what Philip said. So the 3CX phone system, like I mentioned before, it's 25 instances all in one. It's easy to manage the tenants remotely. You can add, delete, and reprovision the tenants across the servers. You can do it via the API programmable or via Windows tool. You can also create instances in your ERP portal. Once you connect it to the ERP portal, you can actually create a new instance and put a name and everything from your ERP portal. And you have the ability to back up and restore all the tenants. It does require the Windows Server 2012 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Scott asked about any downside in installing multi-tenant just in case you need them later. Yeah, it's going to take up more resources than installing one single instance. And it's obviously if it's going to be on site, it's better just to do one instance. I mean, a single instance. On the new version 14, we do have scheduled backups and restore from the cloud. Backups can be accessible via the FTP, and you can do a scheduled restore available in the Pro Edition, and you can switch IP via DNS, and you can switch over can be done manually or via this 3CX API. And Philip will get into that in a minute. We'll be having a spreadsheet with all those information. We do have, we did the reporting engine. A lot of end users were asking for a better reporting system and a little bit more clear, so we've reorganized the call log, we've improved the reporting logic, and we've integrated in the management interface. And we have the ability now to get reports sent to the email. You can have it scheduled so it sends automatically on a daily basis, weekly basis, or a monthly basis. And we have a new report for the agent's login history and a new report for change of status profile. So a few more features in the report engine. Speaking of the report engine, the reports are now done from the maintenance console instead of before where you had to go to a different GUI to get the reports and log in onto that. Now it's all done on the maintenance console. So there's one interface to access everything in 3CX. Same with the backup and restore. That's all done through the maintenance console. You don't have to have a third party, a third program running on the server to do a backup and restore. You can do it right in the maintenance console. We have a completely new iOS client, the version 14. Version 12 will not work on the 14 properly, so don't try to use it. It's been completely rewritten with updated SIP engine, integrated tunnel, faster resignation and auto sensing, ability to answer immediately upon a call. So before when a call came in, you had to click on it and re-register, and then you can answer the call. And sometimes you missed the call because it took too long to do that. Not anymore. Call comes in, you click on it, you answer the call immediately. So it's much quicker and less likely to lose calls when calls come in. And also supports the voice over IP push notifications in the iOS 8. We've also redone the Android client. We have an improved user interface with menu options, faster resolution and auto sensing just like before, the tunnel integration for more efficiency. We've reduced the battery usage. Some people are complaining about the Android app taking up too much battery. So we fixed that. So a much better and much better voice quality. So we've redone all 3 apps, including the Windows 10, which is it's in beta right now. So as soon as Windows 10 phone comes out, we'll have it out and ready. The system management, we have improved backups. We have backup from console or scheduled, like we mentioned before. We have now monitors the 3CX services. So basically, you can put in an email and the services go down within the 3CX. It'll email you, letting you know that's down, so you can try to rectify the problem before the customer gets upset and sees that it's down. We have we've redone the voicemail management and retention. We've changed the voicemail format to PCM, which saves 75% of the disk space. We have retention policy days, so you can have it automatically delete after so many days, which keeps the keeps your hard drive free. And we also have recording management, where we can actually manage with the recordings. We've improved the interface with system status, recognized nodes, easier bridge and tunnel configuration, and we've also made the email template management, so where you can manage the templates in the email and customize them to your install. We have the new Abyss version, which is alternative to the IIS, now suitable for deployments up to 32C. Can be used when no Windows Server license is available, for a low-print, low-cost device supporting Windows 10. By the way, version 14 requires 2 less websites. And what they mean by 2 less websites is, like we were talking about before, the reports and the backups. It's not a different GUI interface. It's all done within the management console. So basically, you log into the management console, you can do everything for the 3CX, versus before you had 2 different applications that you need to use for reports and for backups and restores. We've added 2 more manufacturers phones that we support. We now support the H-Tech phones and the Fan-Fill IP phones. Here's a couple of pictures of them. They are plug-and-play configuration support, self-provisioning phones, and they're actually pretty good-looking phones and very inexpensive to get into. I have played with the Fan-Fill phone, the X5, the one that's there. I've been playing with that one on my desk. It seems to work very well, and it's a great little phone to get into, and it's very inexpensive to start off with. And Larry, I don't believe so. If you're experiencing that problem still, please open up a trouble ticket, and support will help you out with that one, so they can figure out why it's, because it shouldn't be needing to restart every day. We still support the legacy phones like the Polycom, the Cisco, and the Astra. We still have the templates in the system, so anybody that has those phones out there, we still support them, and we still can do the management and provisioning with those phones. And we've added a few more phones to those legacy platforms. We've added more SIP trunks in North America. We've added SIP trunk, Flow Route, G12, Bandwidth.com, Fusion Connect, and VoIP Innovations. You probably know we've always had Time Warner, AT&T, Itron, ThinkTel, Ring Office, DID Logic, Cablevision, Broadvox, Sigma, 3NG Networks. We also have Vitali out there, and we have Next Vortex, and we have a few others. There's a list on the website that you can go and see all the North American SIP trunks. As always, you're free to use any SIP trunk that you want, but these are the ones that have went through testing with our engineers and have certified them to work properly with the 3CX with no issues. And we will definitely, we support these ones 100% when there's an issue with a SIP trunk. A few more SIP trunks in Europe if you're interested. And we've added a few more in Asia. We've also added the WellGate FXO and FXS gateways. Very inexpensive. You can get 4-port FXO for about $175, 24 for 24FXS for 700, and a 2-port FXS for 50, great for fax machines. So an inexpensive gateway we've added to our line of gateways that we support. So if you need an application to where you need an analog line to put in the system from Bell where they don't have very strong internet, or in case we need to add an analog cordless phone or a fax machine, WellGate's a good little product to add when price is an issue. The version 14 has Office 365 support. It will sync up with your 365 contacts or your Google contacts. It also syncs up with the meeting, so when you're in a meeting through the Office 365, it will actually set your phone to away automatically. And we are working on getting a sync presence with Exchange as soon as the API is available. New right now until the end of the year is the 3CX web meeting up to 25 participants, meaning anybody who upgrades to version 14 by the end of the year, or anybody who buys version 14 by the end of the year will get free web meeting for 25 participants, and that's on the standard version or the pro version. You'll get that for 1 year. After the 1 year, if you're on pro, it'll revert back down to 10. If you're on standard, it'll drop to 0, unless we come out with a different promotion, obviously. But web meeting, if anybody hasn't seen it, should give us a call. We can do a demo. We're actually doing web meeting right now, obviously. But the 25 participants includes organized video conferences, meetings for up to 25 participants. Limit applies for the whole system, included for customers with valid maintenance. And what that means, valid maintenance, if anybody who upgrades to version 14 and their maintenance expires in 2 months, they'd have to renew their maintenance to be able to keep the web meeting 25. So as long as they have the current maintenance, they'll get the web 25 participants for the full year. Daniel asks, what if we have maintenance but don't do an upgrade till 2016? To get the free web meeting, you have to be on version 14 and you have to upgrade by the end of the year. If you don't upgrade by the end of the year, you won't get the free 25 participant web meeting. If you're on Pro, you'll have the 10 because that's part of the package of Pro is 10. So even if you don't upgrade till 2016, next year you'll still get the 10 that comes with Pro. But to get the 25, has to be done by the end of the year. We also have version 14 also has inbuilt WebRTC gateway, which is great for putting a button on your website and being able to take a call immediately from your website to your phone system. So basically the button, the URL code that you put on your website will link back and link up to a SIP trunk in the phone system and connect to wherever you send the call, to a bunch of to a call center or to a single extension or group extensions. And if you are talking on a video phone or use your soft phone on your client, you'll have video if the client chooses to answer via video. And with WebRTC applications, you do have video and screen sharing. And from your, basically, just send a web link to start a conference call. You get that web link from your soft phone application on your laptop. When you create a conference call or create a video call, it'll give you a link you can send to somebody. And that's all I have for today on version 14 on what's new. Does anybody have any questions? Scott asks about service pack number 1. That's the hot question right now, and yes, you're correct that we cannot give a specific date on when service pack 1 is coming out. I feel very confident it'll be out by the end of the year. If not this month. But I have no doubt it'll be out by the end of the month. And that's about the best I can give you. They don't tell us until a week before it comes out. So I can tell you this, it ain't coming out next week. Anybody else have any questions? Yes, the upgrade is included in maintenance. Anybody who has current maintenance can always upgrade to the latest and current version. Are you talking about version 12, Philip, or 12.5? And Philip, you're online. I can hear you, Mike, if you want to talk. Nope. What you want to do? You want to do a backup of 12, uninstall 12, install 12.5 with Service Pack 2, and then restore from the backup. Then do a backup of 12.5, install 12.5, install 14, and then do a restore from 14. Send me your email. Send me an email, and I will actually send you directions. We do have directions online that I can send you. That actually gives you step-by-step directions, and the important thing gives you the right download for 12.5 version 2. Oh, you're talking about a single tenant on a multi-tenant system? No, there's not. You'd have to yeah. But send me an email and I'll send you the link for we have a link for the multi-tenant upgrade also. That'll give us. Yeah, the multi-tenant is a little more tricky to upgrade to version 14. But it's well worth it once you're there. If it's the what? On what? I'm sorry. What are you asking about? Oh, the call's cutting out. That's usually internet. You have if you do a ping test and see what the latency is, a lot of times there's latency, and that'll cause jitter. One thing you can notice, if an extension call is fine, and the call to the outside world is not, usually that's definitely a latency on the between subjumper. So Nigel's asking, does a standard license in 12 months updates? Yes, any license bought, rather a standard or pro, will have 12 months of maintenance. And what that includes any updates and any upgrades that come out during that year. Once the year is up, you have to renew your license, renew your maintenance to keep the upgrades. Nigel, I'll have to check on the acceptable latency. I know it's different for different situations, but I don't want to give you a number that's not right. Send me an email and I will look it up for you.
I used to rent that. See, I'm saying this like that. Why?
For anybody out there, here's a link for migrating the 12 cloud to version 14. And then here's a link for upgrading regular 12.5 to 14.
Your house become like a piggy bank for the government. Whenever they want money for the town or whatever it is, where do they go? They pay the taxes in the house. Every year, every 3 years. Then you have nowhere to complain, you have no place to go. I'm saying
every 2 years.
Every year or 2 years, the taxes in your house.
Anybody else have any questions for me? Anybody? No problem, Nigel. Not that I believe, Daniel. I think the API is pretty much stayed the same. I hope that this webinar was worth everybody's time. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me and I'll get the answers for you. Again, my email is jr@3cx.com. And feel free to email me. I'm the Northeast rep. And if you're in a different area, you can always email your representative in that area. And if you don't know who your representative is, just email me your area and I'll make sure that you get in contact with your area representative. So, which you should all know who that is, but if you don't, feel free to send me an email. My email was jr@3cx.com.